Of the many things that humans have created, perhaps language is the most impressive one. With over 7,000 languages spoken on the planet, language is the cornerstone of our culture, identity, and our communication. But how actually did it all begin? How did humans develop a language in a way that we use today? In this video, I'm trying to explain some of the most famous ways for answering this question, starting by the divine source. The idea that language has a divine source has been present in various different cultures in the history. For example, in the Judeo-Christian tradition and in the book of Genesis, it is described that God created all the creatures, including humans, and has given them the ability to talk and understand language. It is a reflection of the belief that Hebrew is a sacred language and has a special connection with God. Also in the ancient Greece, there was a god named Hermes, and he was the patron of language and communication. It was believed that he was actually the inventor of Greek alphabet and language, and he has taught people how to talk with each other and how to read and write. Even the famous philosopher Plato says that the language that's spoken by people is a reflection of the language that's spoken by gods. Going to the East culture and in the Hinduism, we have God Brahma, who is considered to be the creator of language and the inventor of Sanskrit language. Even in the sacred text of Hinduism, it has been said that the fact of reading and reciting and chanting the holy text in Sanskrit can have a purifying effect on your soul. Moreover, in many Native American cultures, it was a common belief that an animal or a creator has created language and has taught people how to use it. This idea of religion having a divine source goes so far that some people in the history decided to carry out a bunch of crazy experiments. For example, 2,500 years ago, an Egyptian king took two newborn babies and gave them to a mute shepherd. They wanted to know what would happen after a while and whether they learned Egyptian or any other languages. However, in contrast with their expectations, they were not able to say any words except one which meant bread, which shows that they were pretty hungry at the time that they were with that shepherd. Although linguistics has taken a more secular approach towards answering these questions, knowing about how ancient people used to think about language can help us to understand their culture better and how their ideas have shaped our societies. The second theory that I want to talk about is Bow Wow theory. It basically says that language is started by imitating the sounds in the nature. For example, the sound of thunder, the sound of other animals or birds. Even though this idea might work for some cases, but there are some questions that this theory cannot answer. For example, if we believe that the imitation was the basis of language development, why there are different words in different languages for representing a sound in the nature? For example, for the sound of a dog, there are many different words in different languages. Next, we have the gesture theory. Gesture theory says that early humans started talking with each other and conveying their ideas by showing physical gestures. It seems acceptable. Yes, there are some signs that we use and are acceptable internationally. Although some archaeologists and linguistics have evidence to support this theory, there are some flaws in it that cannot be answered. For example, how we shifted from physical gesture to the vocal system. There is no explanation for that. The other point is that this theory says that there was a sudden shift from gesture to vocal system, but actually there are a lot of research showing that the process of language development has been a gradual process. Next, we have the social interaction theory. As you can guess from the name, it says that language has evolved as a means of communication. When early humans used to live in the caves or small groups or tribes, there was no problem with using a limited system for conveying their ideas. However, as our communities became bigger and bigger, the language and the structure of language become more complex. It says that we needed our communities and tribe to survive, so we needed a way for connecting and having interaction with them. Therefore, the language was shaped. And the last theory, which is probably the most famous one, is the evolutionary theory. It says that language has evolved gradually in a process called natural selection. One of the points that this theory says is that language is not a single and unified system, and it has many different elements, and it might be different reasons and purposes for development of each element. For example, maybe the grammatical system of the language has evolved because of different reasons than, for example, syntactical system of language. Another point that this theory says is that language has evolved as a result of a combination of different factors, including social interaction, imitating the natural sound, and more importantly, the evolution of our brain. During the time, our brain has become greater in size, allowing us to have more abilities for cognitive skills and capacity for language. While the evolutionary theory has gained a widespread acceptance, there are still some questions and limitations about this theory. For example, is language only for humans, or the other animals have evolved in a way that they can connect with each other? As we explored in this video, there are many different ways to talk about the original language, but regardless of which one you subscribe to, there is no denying that language has a crucial role in shaping our societies and culture. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoy and it has inspired you to learn more about languages and linguistics. If you liked watching this video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you have any ideas for upcoming videos, please leave them in the comments. Thank you and see you in the next video.